Hey there everybody, welcome to another quick little bonus video for Koudelka. You might recall as we were making our way through the dungeon, we did come across these two little mummified corpses here. And they were holding a key that we will need to progress, though, well, as I mentioned in the main video, it's probably not the best idea to grab that key, and, well, we are going to see exactly what happens whenever you attempt to do so. Yeah, as you attempt to unwedge the key from their combined grips, well, they go a little bit possessy, and they apparently want their doll back, and then they will initiate a little bit of a boss fight. Now, I really hazard to call this a boss fight because, first and foremost, well, you can't really beat them. Every attack that you do just completely misses. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not actually connecting. That just means that you're doing 0 damage. Believe it or not, even though it does say miss, in reality, it's still building up your weapon experience. And in fact, from a little bit of the test runs I did, you can actually afflict them with poison, which you can see there. They are now afflicted with poison, which might give you the idea that possibly you could drain their life very, very slowly over time if you, manage to stockpile a bunch of poison-based weapons, which are pretty much any of the fist weapons and any of the particular swords. I think there's a few others. I wouldn't really recommend that because the Shadow Hearts wiki, I don't know if they data mined this off the disc itself, but I guess these little girls, Valna and Vigna, have about 2,400 health, and they also seemingly have the ability to heal. I'm assuming their ability to heal is to heal themselves to full. I'm wanting to say the developers probably understood, maybe did a little carrot on a stick thing to make you think maybe you could kill them. But yeah, I'm assuming, when you get them low enough on health, all that's going to happen is that they're going to heal themselves back up to full, and, you've just wasted all of your life. Otherwise, though, you might notice that we're letting quite a few turns go. I don't think that Valna and Vigna have the best stats, and they might have very low agility, but I think more than anything, they're just not very aggressive. They honestly give you a lot of turns to leave the battle. And you're more than welcome to. I haven't really shown it off, but yeah, you do have an escape option whenever you want. It's just that, yeah, I would show off their attacks. Sadly, their attacks are just not that unique. And the previous recording I just tried to do, it took them about 10 minutes to decide to try to attack me. And when I say 10 minutes, I mean 10 minutes of me actively going and waiting out my turns. Which I think waiting is about half of a turn for each character. So, yeah. If you're curious about what else they do, they can boost their own strength and decrease our strength. They can cast both air magic and earth magic, I think level 2 versions. And, though we haven't seen it yet, they can cast Reflect, which, as you can probably guess from the name, is a defensive magic that will, ricochet back spells. Which is a bit odd considering that technically our spells just don't hit them whatsoever. So, it's a bit strange to me that they would give them a spell that reflects back spells that completely miss them. But yeah, just a little bit of a odd optional fight that you can get into. If you do manage to fulfill their task later, which you kind of have to do, you will never ever see these models, you will never have to deal with this fight, so I think some people at least might not have ever seen this, which is fine. I just find it a little bit interesting they would even put in these models and animate them. They animated them to take damage, which is a bit strange because they don't. I don't know. It's just interesting to me. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this quick little side video, and I will see you in the next main video.